Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. My name is Melissa Joyce, and if you have not joined me before, thank you so much for joining me for this review, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. We are going to be talking today about a product from my May Ipsy bag, and that is this Mellow Creamy Matte Lipstick. As I usually do, I'm going to talk a bit about the company, which was totally new to me before getting this product. I'm going to talk a little bit about the product, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on the product, which I've been wearing and testing for about a week now. So let's start out by talking about Mellow. The company was founded 3 years ago by a woman named Ima Ismaili, and she always knew that she wanted to be in the fashion business in her life, but it wasn't until she had gone through getting a business degree, had worked in retail, and was actually watching a YouTuber video. She said in an interview that I read that she was watching a Shan XO video, and she suddenly had the idea that she wanted to create cosmetics, that was where she wanted to be in the fashion industry. She also talked a little bit about wanting to start her own company because she was on maternity leave with her son, and she wanted to do something where she was in charge of her own hours and she would be able to spend more time with her child and, you know, work around his schedule and do that instead of working for somebody else and sending her child off to a babysitter. Their vision for this company is to provide high quality but guilt-free makeup, and they want their products to be bold, chic, and luxurious. In my mind, bold, chic, and luxurious doesn't necessarily match with mellow, because mellow to me is sort of that calming sort of thing, but that is what they say is their vision. In an interview that I read with her when asked about the company being cruelty-free, she said that the lab that she works with to make the cosmetics and the colors is actually located in the People's Republic of China, but they manufacture it there, but it's all sold through New Zealand and follow their codes. Basically, it is cruelty-free. It is not 100% natural, which she said is actually difficult to do and still get sort of the formulation and the quality and the longevity that customers want. But they are moving forward as much as possible towards making more natural and mineralized makeup products. There were some pieces in that interview about cosmetics and skincare having toxins and bleaches and how bad that is. And I'm always a little eye-rolly when people talk about toxins. It's kind of this catch-all word people use when they don't necessarily understand the science behind ingredients and products, but let that go for now. That's not a rant I'm getting into, but she does want to move the cosmetics company more towards being natural. If I didn't mention this already, they are based out of New Zealand. That is why they sort of follow some of the New Zealand codes and everything. So she picks all the colors. She works on sort of formulas with a lab in the People's Republic of China, and then it's actually manufactured in China, but sold and shipped and everything from their company in New Zealand. Their product line is pretty slim at the moment, not really small, but it's not a full range of makeup. Basically, they have two kinds of lip products. They have the creamy matte lipsticks, which we have. There is also the liquid lipsticks. They have a number of eyeshadow singles, mineralized eyeshadow singles. And then also one palette, which almost looks in its layout like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette and seems to be very neutral with a mix of shimmers and mattes. They have brow products. They have like pomades, powders, gels, eyebrow definers. They also have gel eyeliners, just black, I believe, in both a pot format and a pencil. They have 3 shades of blush, and I believe that that is all of their cosmetics line at the moment. Their prices appear to be somewhat between like drugstore and Sephora, so maybe a touch higher than drugstore. Now, she did say in an interview that she wanted to keep the products being affordable. So like the lipsticks are $13 US. The palette that I mentioned is $25 US. A little bit higher than drugstore, but not really expensive. Also good to note, if you are in New Zealand, Australia, Canada, or the US, and you want to order some of their products, if you order over $40 US of their products, you do get free shipping. And they're also pretty clear under that amount. They have standard set rates for shipping to different countries. So it's all pretty straightforward and actually not crazy expensive if you choose to order products from them. So let's talk about this creamy matte lipstick. Now the website says about these products that they are highly pigmented, richly formulated, and long wearing. They also say that the formula glides on smoothly, leaving a velvety, smooth, moisturizing finish. They do have 10 shades of this. This one that I have here is Posh. In your Ipsy bag, you either would have gotten Posh or Nude, and Posh is the lightest color that they have. What I will do is show you some swatches right here. First of all, I'll show you what it looks like to apply it. I do find that it is quite pigmented and rich in color. And I will also show you some swatches of what this looks like next to some other lip products that I have, both liquid lipsticks and also regular lipsticks, both sort of Sephora and drugstore, so that you can get an idea of the tone of this one and sort of the consistency as compared to some others. Now, in the interview that I read with her, she talked about how, of course, the formula in the product is most important or very important, but so is packaging to them. And I do believe that this is a full-size lipstick. So this is it's hard to read the tiny writing, 3.8 grams or 0.12 ounces. And it is, I mean, basically to me, this reminds me of, if you made this in black, it would look a lot like the MAC Bullet lipsticks. This is sort of a beige color with this gold ring around it. It just comes down to personal taste. I don't super love light or white plastics unless they're really made to look luxurious, just because they get dirty quickly. It's not what I love, but that's personal preference. They also have their logo around here in gold, which is quite nice. The inside is gold, but what I actually like the most is that they have the word Mellow written across the bottom of the lipstick on the actual lipstick bullet itself, which I find I like these little touches. It makes it feel special when you open it. Now, I do find when I have it open, sorry, and that's it rolled up all the way there, so you can see it's maybe about the size of my thumb. It doesn't feel super expensive, the packaging. Part of it is that there's a little bit of rattling when I have it rolled down, but otherwise, I mean, it's a pretty standard bullet lipstick. For my review of this product, this creamy matte lipstick, I have a few thoughts in it, but overall, I quite like it. So one of the things that just put me off a little bit, but isn't actually a problem, is the fact that they describe it as creamy matte. So when you first go to put this on, and I actually have some of it on right now, so lipsticks that are super creamy, you could do that and get like color off of them right away. And what I find for this is it feels very much like it needs to warm up to your lips. When I first take this out of my, makeup drawer, and I go to put it on, like no color would come off if I did that. It feels like it's a hard lipstick moving along and no color's coming off. But after it just gets a chance to warm up to your lips, then the product glides on quite nicely. But at first it feels really stiff. Now what I do find, and I think it's because of that stiffness of formula, is that this is super pigmented. You do not need to build this up. It goes on and it feels thick, but not a bad thick. So what it feels like is that it's not going to slip around. It's not going to like move around on your lips. I don't have any problems with this feathering. Now, granted, it is a very nude color, so you don't notice that quite as much, but because it does feel like that stiffer, thicker formula, it doesn't feel like it moves around a lot. It goes on very pigmented, and it almost feels like it builds up to a nice, like creamy layer of it. And then after it's on, it does feel like very moisturizing and creamy. It doesn't feel dry in any way whatsoever. But you just have this moment when they tell you that it's a creamy matte lipstick, and you go to put it on and it's like hard and stiff, and you think, well, that's not creamy. But then once it warms up and when it's on your lips, it feels very creamy. And I do think that also helps with it being long wearing because it's a little bit of a thicker formula. Now for me, it's a little bit hard for me to tell how long lasting this is because it is very much a nude color on me. It's a My Lips But Better. And I do know, at least for this Posh color, the other one they gave out is nude, but for me, Posh is a nude color. Some people, if they don't have fairer skin tones like I do, found this to be too light on them. I really like it. It's a lipstick. It's not going to last through meals. It's going to transfer onto straws and cups. It's going to, but at the same time, it's easy to layer back on again, and it is not going to move around and fade away on its own. It's just not going to last through those things like meals. So would I tell you this is a buy? I think so. I mean, these are $13 US. So here in Canada, they're going to be probably about $17.50 Canadian. It is higher than drugstore amounts. So what I would say is this is a buy if you are looking for the specific colors that they have. If there's something that really calls to you in these matte lipsticks, if you're looking for a nice matte but still creamy lipstick that's not going to move and shift around too much, I think these are good. And because you do get free shipping over a certain amount, you could get a couple of lipsticks, you could try out maybe a brow product or their palette, which is pretty reasonably priced, and it's not going to break the bank for you. So as far as being a buy, I think this is. I don't think the formula is groundbreaking in any way, but I think it is a good formula for what it is. It's probably about as good a formula as you are going to get for a moisturizing bullet lipstick. So that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a thumbs up always helps. If you received this or the other shade Nude in your Ipsy bag, I would love to hear what you think about it. If you've tried other Mellow products, I would love to hear what you think of them. It's interesting to find an entirely new brand, and I respond to every comment that I get because I love having conversations about makeup and beauty and skincare and all the rest of it in the comments with you. If you have not subscribed to me but you want to see more of my reviews, you can click on my face, which is probably appearing right about here. And if you want to watch one of my other reviews, I will put one of those up here so that you can click on it and watch it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.